Hello, this is JJCCubes42, and this will be my review on the V-Cube 7. Today is December 26th. I just got this cube yesterday on Christmas, and some things about it. I solved it about 4 times now. I'm pretty slow at it. It takes me like probably 40 minutes to solve it. I'm not a very fast solver at big cubes, but as I can tell, just like pretty much any other big cube, like this 6x6, these 3 layers turn very rough, and yeah, you can see that it's like it's very rough and kind of clicky, and just doesn't turn very smoothly. I'm sure there's some kind of modification you can make to get rid of that, but I'm probably not gonna take the time to do it because big cubes are not really what I like to speed solve. These 2 layers here, these turn pretty smoothly. Yeah, they're a lot better than these inner ones, and most of all, the outer layers turn very, very nice and smooth. I didn't lube this. I don't really plan on lubing it, but it's pretty much out of the box. There were a couple rough spots that I saw, like on some of these pieces there were scratches, a couple imperfections after it came, but nothing major. The cube, it probably just needs broken in. It'll be a lot better probably once I break it in more, but like after I play with this cube, and then I'll pick up one of my other cubes, like my V-Cube 5, which is lubed and modified. It feels like so smooth compared to this. After you play with any cube, or when you play with any other cube after you play with this, it feels like you can move at lightning speed, like just because this thing is really cumbersome to turn and rough, kind of. I guess I'll just make like a checkerboard pattern just to show the layers turning. Yeah, possibly the most entertaining thing about this cube is spinning it around on the table. Well, yeah. I have played with a few knockoff 7x7s. A couple of my friends have some knockoffs, and by far this V-Cube is, better than any of them by far. But, it is a V-Cube, and they are knockoffs. So that's pretty much expected. In general, this is a pretty nice cube. The layer alignment isn't that bad for a cube of this size. Like you can see, I have the layers kind of jumbled there, and it'll turn even if you don't have the layers perfectly aligned. It will actually cut corners a little bit, which is cool because it's a huge cube. It'll probably only like that much though. Not very much. I looked on the little thing that came with it, and which is actually pretty cool. It said the number of permutations possible for this cube were 1.95 times 10 to the 160th power, which, for those of you that don't know scientific notation, would be like 195 with 158 zeros after it. So yeah, that's a lot, which is pretty incredible. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this cube. I'm not an expert on big cubes. I don't know much about them, but I can tell you that this cube is definitely worth getting. If I were you, I would get it from Cube Depot because it's a lot cheaper than getting it off the Virtus site, because, you know, the shipping is a lot cheaper, and the cube is about like $40. After shipping, it's like 45-ish, 43, depending on where you live in the US. I actually live only a couple hundred miles away, like 200 miles away from where the products from Cube Depot ship from, so I usually get my Cube Depot orders within 2 or 3 days, which is pretty cool. But that doesn't really pertain to the V-Cube now, does it? Alright, well, that's pretty much all I have to say, so if you have any comments, you can leave them below, and please subscribe.